Hi there, Chris here, another quick tip for you all. In this video we are going to continue our look at painting a Death Guard Marine from the new Dark Imperium box set. And so in this video here we're going to continue our work on the guy, and we are going to work on that backpack of his, which kind of looks like a big storage tank, and we're also going to work on that big blight grenade I think that's in his hand. I think it's a blight grenade. For that we're going to get started with using some Warp Lock Bronze. We're going to use a little bit of medium just to help thin it out just ever so slightly. I do prefer medium to thin out metallics, as it doesn't create a lot of pigment separation versus using a little bit of water, where basically if you end up over thinning it a bit with water, you notice the metallic pigment kind of floating separated from the medium, and so I don't care for that too much, and that's why we prefer to use mediums when we are thinning out metallics. And I definitely would recommend anybody who uses metallics a lot, prefers the natural sheen that you get with metallics, I definitely would recommend that in the future, that when you are thinning it out for base coats. And of course you can see that the primer is kind of showing through the metallic portion, so we will have to apply more than one coat. And here you can see I'm just layering in that second layer, and you can see the metal is nice and strong now. And so next we are going to use some Sotek Green. We're also going to use a very heavy helping of Lemaine Medium, and we're also going to use some Liquitex Flow Aid. Now I'm not showing the Liquitex Flow Aid because I've shown it plenty of time before, but you can see there I just quickly put in 2 little drops into the mixture, into the dollop of paint, and you can see I'm not really using the entire dollop of paint. I'm just kind of mixing into it so I can kind of gauge as I mix in how thin I'm getting with it, and so that I'm not adding too much pigment in my mix, or my shade wash I should say, essentially is what I'm doing here. And so as you can see, I'm simply putting a quick little layer in, and I'm allowing to reside in some of the recesses. It's a fairly broad shade wash I'm doing to the entire thing, and so as that is partially set and dry, I'll come in quickly and I'll grab a little bit more pigment, add it to this mixture just to make it just a little bit richer and thicker, and then I will deliberately apply it into a few other recesses just to get me a little richer color in those areas. Again, get me a little bit more color depth and a little bit more transition. And really what I'm doing is I'm concentrated into the recesses of the details themselves, so like the little skulls on the blight grenade and the little ribbing on the tank itself. Next is Nelic Oxide, and of course this is one of our favorite little technicals to use, and you can see here I'm just very carefully applying it here and there, trying to be somewhat random as it were. I'm going for some of the details because I want to again concentrate on some of those little skull details as they're so fun. And of course around the backpack, pretty much where they kind of connect up, like little rivets and things of that nature. Not too heavily of course. I do want it to reside in the recesses, but I'm not looking for it to change too much. And of course I'm applying it wherever I applied Sotek Green, so that as it dries, it gives you a very natural progression on the metal details. Hash Shot Copper is next, and this is going to be dry brushed onto the metal details. This is going to be a pretty broad dry brushing, but we're not applying this over the too heavily over the entirety of the model. Really what we're doing is we're simply just hitting some areas where we want to push that oxide colors, the oxidization colors, the Sotek Green and the Nelic Oxide. We're pushing it back a little bit so it's not too heavily on the model surface and dulling that metal shine. And so now with this highlight color, we're coming in, we're bringing up back some of the high points, as you'd imagine some of the wear and tear. Like it might be oxidized, but of course wear and tear would still have a bare metal look to it. Fulgurite Copper is next. This is a really nice bright copper color. It's almost a goldish color when you dry brush it on. And then here's a really quick just little dry brush right on the very top portions, almost a zenithal type of highlight here. And of course you can see I'm going for just the top of the blight grenade. And of course I'll catch just a little bit more of the skull details because I really want to bring more attention to those. But that is it. That is the copper on this guy. It's as easy as that. Do not be afraid to give it a try. We've got even more painting tutorials in the Silver MiniWarGaming Vault. You can watch another one today about how I create the rusty metal effect on this model. Just sign up for a Silver membership and you can sign up for a free 7-day trial. And of course you get the Silver membership, you get instant access to over 1,000 painting tutorials already in the vault. And so thank you for watching and happy wargaming.